tell us about this special book that you got in your hand right now?
Okay, so this book is actually my mother's book, and it's called Left Behind in Holly Grove. Oh, that's another thing. So this is her story. That's another thing I really like to focus on with Reality Check Publishing is I like to help people bring their true life story to life in a book. So that's what I really like to focus on. You know, but this is my mom's book, Left Behind in Holly Grove, by Ethel Christine Benson Long. And this was my first editing project, and it's my mom's. So, of course, she got the services for free. You know, she got this for free, but her book took me, it was my first time. I didn't know about, you know, the order. I had to learn all the order of how the pages should go. Like your book is better as far as like, you know, including the details. I mean, yours has all the stuff, but I'm just saying, you know, I was just learning. But yeah, so this one, I think it took me probably 6 months or so
To get it cracking?
to like finish it.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe it was a little longer. It might have took me almost 8 months or 9 months to finish editing her book.
Oh, that's an autograph copy too, huh?
Yes, this is an autographed copy. Yep.
Oh, okay.
From my mom. So, to Sherry, love you much. Thanks, Mom.
So what is the, when you read this book, which part in that book strikes you the most?
The part that strikes me the most?
Like that, what part of that book grasps your, I mean, even though you know everything about your mom, but
that's the thing.
What's in there that you probably like, oh my God,
Yeah.
you probably went to your mom like, Mom, you know what was going on right
Yeah,
here?
so that's the thing. I actually learned a lot about my mom from her book because they just, in my family, that generation, they don't really talk about stuff. Like, you know, they got a lot of secrets. And whatever happened, it just happened and all of that. But what I learned about my mom that I really didn't know. You know, I knew my mom grew up on a farm in Arkansas, in Holly Grove, you know, which is where she was left from my grandma. My grandmother took my mom to Holly Grove when she was 4 and left her with her sister. So, yeah.
That's interesting because my parents are from Arkansas too.
Really?
Yeah, they from Arkansas, but let me see, Ashdown, Texarkana. That region, and it's a couple of other parts too.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. A lot of our folks came from down.
Oh yeah.
Down the area.
Yeah. But the part that really like struck me because my grandmother, my mom was my grandma's only child, so we really don't know the story behind why she left my mom in Holly Grove with her sister. Other than my grandmother. Now my grandmother was a trailblazer. So my grandmother left Arkansas to come here, and like the rest of the family just started coming here. So I got like a gazillion cousins here. Like our family just migrated, you know. Yeah, but my grandma was like she was one of the trailblazers in the family. So, but yeah, that's what this book is about because she left my mom with her sister who had like, I don't even know how many kids she had. It was a lot of them, like your family. 12, 13 of them. I don't know. It was a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my mom grew up with a bunch of cousins who she was raised like a sister, but they were her cousins.
And that's interesting because my mom, you know, she left her firstborn, my brother Carl, down there with her mother, my grandma, to come down to Kansas City to start her new life. But she went back to go get him and bring him back down here.
Yeah.
So I guess a lot of people from Arkansas was coming to Kansas City. So Kansas City must have been popping back in the day.
Oh man, I've asked my daddy. He said like 18th and Vine used to be.
Well, that's where I grew up at. 2209 is one block from Vine Street. When I worked, it's in that book. I wasn't trying to cut you off.
Oh no, you're fine. I didn't realize that.
In the book, most of my jobs I worked there was on Vine Street. Babyface was on Vine Street. When I worked at the tire place, plugging tires for $2, that was on Vine Street.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, is that in the book? That it was on Vine Street?
I don't know
Nope.
if I put it in there
No,
like
but
that.
you put Babyface in there.
Yeah, I put Babyface in there.
Yes, okay, that
And
really brings it even more.
Yeah, if anybody know Babyface, they know he had his stores on Vine Street. So,
Wow, yeah.
So they know exactly who I'm talking about and where I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it was complete chaos on Vine Street. Even as a kid, I saw things that I probably shouldn't have seen.
Yeah, you know what's crazy though? Like, you know, like that was when we were growing up. Vine was like that. But my dad, from if I remember correctly, back in the let's say the '60s, it was like jazz.
Yeah,
district.
it was a jazz district.
Yeah, my daddy said they used to get together and have I forgot what they called because my dad played the trumpet, and so they would get together and have like sessions. Him and some other people, they would get together and just play music like the jazz sessions, you know.
And that's what I heard because I know last time I went to Memphis and I had talked to a couple of people on, is it Beale Street or Bell Street?
Bell Street, Bell Street, yeah.
And I was down there and I was talking to them about Kansas City. I said, you know, for what I heard of, Kansas City used to be what Memphis was.
Yes.
And but it's not like that no more.
It's not like that now.
It's like everybody used to come down to Kansas City and do their thing, jazz players and all that stuff, and I just don't know what happened.
It's like you could come here and really kind of like blow up. And you know, remember when everybody started migrating to Atlanta? Because you could go to Atlanta and make it.
Kansas City was
Kansas City was like that for us, you know.
But it ain't like that now.
Nah, it ain't.
I think the last place that we got standing that's kind of on that level a little bit is probably is it 18 in Vine? That part with the theater where they play the blues.
Yeah, the Blue Room. What's it called?
I don't know. I only been in there twice.
I haven't been down. Well, I've been down there, but I haven't.
But they got a couple spots down there.
Different now.
But it's not what I saw as a kid. Because what I saw as a kid was a little bit further up on 20-something in Vine, 21st in Vine, 22nd in Vine, 23rd. All that spot over there with J.D. Johnson with the candy stores. You got the Babyface. You got the pool hall. You had the arcade right there. These was all black owned businesses.
Guess what I drove past the other day?
Where?
And I think you mentioned it in your book. Friends? Was it Friends?
Three Friends?
3 Friends.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't think it's there.
No,
it's closed.
That used to be, that used to be on Prospect.
I was driving down Prospect.
Yep.
So the old 3 Friends.
Used to be?
Yes. I was like, oh my God, there it is. Because I was, I remember reading it in your book.
That was another black restaurant that used to be popping back, and they had good burgers.
Yep.
Cheap, black owned.
Yep.
You can go in there. As a little kid, don't even ask no questions where you get the money from. Give me a burger and some fries.
Okay. Man, we used to be able to just, it's different now.
Oh, it's way different.
Way different. But, yeah. Oh, but, I wanted to tell you the thing, because I never really said, the thing that most shocked me, the most that I learned about my mom in this book, was that she was a sharecropper.
Ain't that about something?
It's,
your mama was you say your mama?
Yeah.
And my grandpa was a sharecropper. Yeah, so it's like...
Ain't that something?
We all come from the same place at the end.
That's right.
Most of the time, we all connected in some way. We just don't know it.
We just don't know it. But the history is real.
It really is.
It's real. It's real. They ain't trying to deny it, whatever, but it's real. It happened, and it's in this book. It's in your book, And I got a book I'm writing. Well, I've already written my book.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about the book that you write.
Oh, the book I'm writing, it's more like because I'm a life coach, because that's another,
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the life coach earlier. I'm just sipping away.
That's
boy.
Okay.
Please forgive me.
That's all right.
Taking the edge off of all the good talk. So, but I'll let you go ahead and continue because I was going to ask you about your life.
Yes, because that really ties into, my book ties into the reason why I even life coach. It's a reason behind that. I didn't just say, I think I want to be a life coach. Nope, that really came from a real life experience. So, my book, I'm really going to try to get my book out within the next 3 months.
So you done done everybody's book but your own.
It's crazy, Marcus. You're right. Right, but that's because, and that's the thing I would tell people, don't have so many things you juggling, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know things were gonna start picking up, you
Oh,
know, like
it.
yeah. But yeah, the book, I wrote that book during COVID when they shut the world down, and I was working in the doctor's office at the time, and remember they were giving those PP loans, PPP loans, whatever they were called. PPP
Everybody
loans.
was getting those loans.
I
and
couldn't
getting
get
sued.
one to save my life, and I had a real business. I was trying to get Reality Check Publishing, you know, but yeah, they would not give me anything. And I was like, I got a real business, but it was people out there that didn't even have a business getting thousands.
Yeah, they was creating fake businesses to get money.
Man,
and then getting the loan forgiven.
Yes.
A little bit after. That's all you got to do to show some paperwork, knowing that the money went. I'm like, man.
It was so crazy to me because I was like, I have a real business, I have a real EIN, it's real, you know, and they were just like, no. But anyway, well, where was I going? I was talking about my book that I wrote during COVID when the world shut down. And my job at the time, they had even gotten a loan. Well, they didn't tell us this. It's just that I read a lot and I did my research.
If you want to hide anything, put it in a book.
Hello. But I did a lot of reading, and so they were able to get a loan as a means, because if you had employees, you could get the loan to keep your business going. Ironically, and it was a blessing, they told us we are cutting your hours in half, because I worked in a doctor's office, so we had to go to work. It was a what do you call it? One of those essential jobs, right? In a hospital, inside the.
You're going to work.
I had to go to work, but they cut our hours in half, so we worked 20 hours. Here was the blessing. I know it sound like, oh my God, except here's the blessing. They said, we're going to cut your hours in half, but we're still going to pay you full time. And I was like,
oh, okay.
And it's like, and you can choose how you want to work your hours.
Oh, okay.
It was nice, right? I went to work 10 hours, 2 days a week, and the rest of the time I was at home getting paid a full check, right?
That ain't bad.
It wasn't bad, but during that month, I wrote my entire book in 30 days.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a lot of time on your hand, though.
It was a lot of time.
That's a lot of time, a lot of hours writing.
Yes. So I wrote, and it's crazy because my book has been written for 5 years. It's called, or should I even say what it's called? I guess I can.
Yeah, you.
Oh, okay. It's called Do You, and this book came from, the book came from me doing everything but who I really am.
Oh, okay.
I hated working in the doctor's office in medical billing. I hated working in corporate America. I kept trying to make myself fit into corporate America, and they kept firing me. They kept kicking me out, like, you gotta go. The doctor's office even kicked me out, and I was like, what am I getting fired for?
Because if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Let me tell you, that statement couldn't be more true, because when I asked them, what am I getting fired for? The lady was like,
they probably don't even know.
She was like, it doesn't really matter now, does it? I was like,
oh, wow.
No, really, that's really what she said to me.
Like, that's offensive right there. Like, lady, you want to say that one more time? I mean, you already fired me. If I smack you, what's going to happen?
I kid you not. That lady was like, oh, it really doesn't matter now, does it? I was like, yeah, but I wrote that book back then, and so, yes, I've been building businesses, and now I finally have the opportunity to finish editing it. And I'm going to, really tweak some stuff too, because I've grown immensely since that time. And Do You, my book, is encouraging people to not be stuck in life. Don't spend your time, your hours, and your life doing something that you hate. That you absolutely don't fit in, because God has designed all of us with a gift. And if you tap into that,
you'll be all right.
You'll be all right. You'll never feel like you're working. You'll love what you do, and you'll do what you love.
I got your nickname.
What's my nickname?
You the Dr. Dre of books.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, Dr. Dre, you know, he
that's
takes his time,
deep.
because you said you know, wrote the book 5 years ago.
Yep.
Dr. Dre works on things for years. One project, he'll work on it for years and years and years and years before he bring it out until it's perfect to him.
Yeah,
Not
that's
to everybody.
right.
So you like the Dr. Dre books?
Yeah. That's great. Thank you. That is such a high compliment, for real. And you know, I didn't really